Servicing and Development, Elgin County Official Plan Review. What are services? Municipal services refer to basic services that residents of a municipality are provided in exchange for the taxes which citizens pay. For the purposes of this discussion paper, services refer to water and sanitary sewers. Municipal water services means a municipal drinking water system that is owned and operated by a municipality. Municipal sewage services means a sewage works that is owned or operated by a municipality. Do you know how your home is serviced? Or have you ever thought about how your home is serviced? What is development? Development means the creation of a new lot, a change in land use, or the construction of buildings and structures requiring approval by a municipality. Development could be a new lot created through a severance or consent, or it could be new lots created through a plan of subdivision or a plan of condominium, or a new commercial, institutional, or industrial building. Servicing hierarchy. There is a hierarchy of providing services for development that the province of Ontario supports. Full services. Development on full municipal services is the preferred option. Communal services. If full municipal services cannot be provided, then development on communal services is the next option. Private communal services are defined as sewage works within the meaning of Section 1 of the Ontario Water Resources Act, or a non-municipal drinking water system within the meaning of Section 2 of the Safe Drinking Water Act, 2002, that serves 6 or more lots or private residences and is not owned by a municipality. Proper management through responsible operation and maintenance is one of the key advantages of communal sewage and water services over multiple individual on-site systems. Partial services. If neither full municipal services nor communal services can be provided, development on partial services is the next option. Partial services are defined as either municipal sewage services or private communal sewage services combined with individual on-site water services, or municipal water services or private communal water services combined with individual on-site sewage services. Partial services may be considered only where they are necessary to address failed individual on-site services in existing development or within settlement areas to allow for infilling and minor rounding out of existing development, provided long-term capacity is available and there are no negative impacts. The overarching legislation and guidelines from the province are implemented to protect the natural environment and public health, and to ensure that appropriate sewage treatment and a sufficient potable water supply are considered in land use planning decisions in accordance with the standards under environmental legislation. The County of Elgin Official Plan. The current policies within the County of Elgin Official Plan detail that water supply, treatment, and distribution works, along with wastewater collection and treatment works, are the responsibility of the local municipalities and/or private sector organizations engaged by the local municipalities. Settlement areas are areas designated for growth in the County of Elgin. Settlement areas are the only areas where development can occur. All other lands outside of settlement areas are considered prime agricultural areas and cannot be developed. There are a range of urban and rural settlement areas in Elgin County, where there is a concentration of development and mix of permitted land uses, including a variety of housing types, commercial and employment uses, institutional uses, community and recreational facilities, and open space. 3 tiers of settlement areas are established by this plan. Tier 1. Tier 1 settlement areas generally have the largest populations in the county and as a consequence have full municipal services, municipal water and sewage services. Given the type of servicing that is provided in these settlement areas and the potential for these settlement areas to be central communities where a range of uses and opportunities are and can be provided, this plan directs the majority of new growth to Tier 1 settlement areas. Tier 2. Tier 2 settlement areas are generally smaller in population than Tier 1 settlement areas and are on partial services. Municipal water / individual on-site sewage services or individual on-site water / municipal sewage services. Limited development is permitted in these settlement areas given the absence of full municipal services. Development on partial services is permitted to allow for infilling and rounding out of existing development, provided that the proposed development is within the reserve sewage system capacity and reserve water system capacity, and site conditions are suitable for long-term provisions of such services. Tier 3. Tier 3 are settlement areas which are generally the smallest communities in the county, are predominantly residential in function, and do not have any municipal services. That is, services are provided by individual on-site water and sewage services. Limited development, including new lot creation, is permitted in these settlement areas given the absence of full municipal services. A settlement area capability study is required by the county official plan in areas without full municipal services. Such a study will be prepared to the satisfaction of the local municipality and the county to determine whether the settlement area can adequately accommodate additional development on the basis of private or partial services without having a negative impact on groundwater used for drinking purposes and/or the ability of the soils in the area to assimilate effluent. Other factors, such as the potential impacts of new development on the road network, the natural environment, and community facilities, may also be considered. With respect to partially serviced settlement areas, there shall also be an assessment of what the appropriate scale of development should be, given that infilling and rounding out is permitted in Tier 2 settlement areas. Such a settlement capability study will provide the technical foundation on which individual plans of subdivision or consent will be evaluated, subject to the requirements of the appropriate agencies. A review of the current policies of the County of Elgin official plan reveals gaps in the current policy. It doesn't reflect the provincial servicing hierarchy. There is a lack of definition on what constitutes minor infilling or rounding out in partially serviced settlement areas. There is a lack of criteria on what is included in or when a settlement capability study is warranted, and a municipal/county structure for the review of any subsequent studies. What are the opportunities with development on partial services? Servicing investment allows for development in smaller municipalities without upfront servicing costs or investment in infrastructure that may not be needed or warranted. Time and housing costs. Partial servicing options can provide immediate development and lower housing costs if municipal servicing infrastructure is unavailable. Homeowner benefit. Generally, homeowners may pay less if not utilizing municipal services or municipal infrastructure. What are the constraints with development on partial services? Large lots. Developments will need to use more land in order to install private services and maintain appropriate setbacks as required. This leads to an inefficient development pattern and may consume more agricultural land through this pattern of development, as generally the only development that can occur is large lot, single detached dwellings. For lots that require private septic systems, This would mean the size of the lot would be even bigger to account for the septic system and a required contingency area for a second septic system should the first one fail. Intensification, smaller lots or multi-unit dwellings, and housing mix is not generally possible in these areas. Oversight. Development on partial or no services currently has no routine testing requirements to monitor the effective function of private services or their potential impact to human environmental health, which includes water quality, water quantity, and impact on groundwater. What are our options? What's right for the County of Elgin? What's important to the county? Read our report, look at our options, and provide your comments.